I'm a disabled war vet. I went to Operation Iraqi Freedom from '05 to '07. Did 15 months over there as a Husky operator mainly. And a Husky is a vehicle that is a mine detector on legs, wheels, legs. And, Kitty, what are you doing? Anyway, so I was a Husky operator, and we went out on this mission one time. And while we were probably about a mile away from base, and I triggered this stack of anti tank mines. There was four of them on top of each other in this hole that and they were buried, and it blew the whole front of my vehicle off, and it pretty much made me blast up into a wheelie. And while I was there, I remembered my training, and they say always try and get out of the blast hole. So I floored that damn vehicle. I floored it. And I rode probably about a 15 or 20 foot wheelie straight up out of that hole and away from the blast zone. But the front of it's like a triangle. So whenever I came down, it caught the earth and dang near flipped me over on the top of it. But then it slowly tipped backwards and slammed back on the back wheels. Now, as soon as this happened, and I was on the ground, I grabbed my radio and I said green, green, black, which basically means ammo is good, soldier is good, vehicle is screwed. Broke. No longer works. And while I'm waiting in the vehicle, in the Husky, for everybody to pull 360 security around me so that I can safely get out of the vehicle and go into the RG-31, I simply pull out my PSP, my PlayStation Portable, and start jamming out to some Mega Man X while I'm waiting for everybody to do their thing. And then as soon as it was okay, I put it in sleep mode, shoved it in there, grabbed all my gear out of the vehicle, and ran to the RG-31 to get in the back of it for safety. Now, we had that broken Husky, and so the wrecker hooked up to it, and we drove it that mile back to the base. And when we got back to the base, I got out of the RG-31, and I walked over to the spare Husky that we had there, and I started climbing up it, and they're like, my platoon sergeant and squad leader was like, Danger, are you sure you want to do that? So they called me Danger because of my last name. And so I was like, yeah. I was like, continue mission, Sergeant. I was like, I ain't stopping until I'm dead or the enemy's dead. So I climbed up in that backup Husky, and away we went. And on that mission, we were scanning, it was called Route Ice Cream. I'll never forget it because I love ice cream. And while we were on that route, I ended up finding 3 IEDs, which are the bombs that was killing all the soldier over there, and on Route Ice Cream, and we cleared it, and then we turned around and we drove back down the other side. I didn't find any on that side. They were all on the right side. And so anyway, we get back to base, and I go into the barracks, and I sit down, and I pull out my game, and I start gaming, and everybody comes in there, and they're like, dude, you got to get checked by the medic. You got to this, you got to that. I was like, man, I'm fine. I was like, I'm perfectly fine. I am A-okay. And they're like, you sure? And I was like, yep. And so, they were like, okay. And then they just left me to chill on my cot playing my PSP. And what was his name? This is so many years ago, and I got a real bad TBI from it. Come to find out, I had a horrible traumatic brain injury, which affects my memory really bad, especially my short-term memory. But anyway, what was his name? It started Feth, Specialist Feth. He came over there and sat next to me and watched me play Mega Man X because he was bored. And he's like, man, you're so good at this game. I was like, yeah. I was like, I've been playing this game since I was 12 years old. I was like, I have Mega Man X mastered. But anyway, I got blown to hell. Went back to base, got in another vehicle, finished the mission, came back, played my PlayStation. So, yeah, that was wild. And then the second time I got blown up, it blew the Husky, the whole Husky. The front went off, the back went off. I was just basically a hull. And I slammed back into the blast hole. It was a 160 mortar primed with 2 120 mortars. And it blew me sky high, man. But anyway, that's the one that caused my back injury. And it compressed or crushed my L1 through S1 in my lower back. So it caused me to have great pain. And they fully disabled me through the VA. So I get 100% disability. I get a check, and that's how me and my family live. It's not very much. It's still like the amount that I make is still like we're living in 2010. So here in 2024, the amount I make does not cover near as much as we want. For the last year, we've been having to put about $200 on the credit card every month to finish it out, and that shit's catching up with us quick. But anyway, yeah. So I served the country. I got messed up. The worst part is since I wasn't bleeding, I wasn't issued a Purple Heart. I got a Combat Action Badge, which is basically, just a step below the Purple Heart. But it pisses me off. I mean, I got permanently damaged for life, so I think I deserve a Purple Heart. But they never gave me one. And so anyway, yeah, that was my excitement while I was in Iraq in the Army. So I don't know. Well, I guess life is crazy. That's all I can say. Life is crazy. Look at my cat chilling on the back of me. Look at him. Look, he's laying down to get comfortable. He loves laying on me. I'm a really wide guy. I almost fill up a door jamb, so like he just chills back there. He does that while I'm on the couch playing video games too. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so if you join the Army or the Marines or anything like that, probably not the Navy because they just stay on the boat. But if you join the Marines or the Army, just know that you are probably going to war and you're probably going to get blown up. So be ready for it. All right, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.